Brixton in my life. Everything about me is Brixton. I've been to 2 universities. University outside and university inside. University outside means the street, Relton Road. And university inside means the prison. Prison helped me to understand how the system works, give me strength.
62-year-old Steadman Scott has lived and breathed the streets of Brixton since he moved here as a 10-year-old from Jamaica in 1966.
This road here, Vining Street, was the place that in the afternoon a little incident happened here where 2 of the boys was having a fight, and I think one of them gets stabbed, and the police comes in, and the police, instead of taking this young man to the hospital, they put him in the back of the car. At the time, black people didn't really have no say into this country, they didn't have no rights, it wasn't no equal opportunity. I mean, everything was against you. So they get irritated, take the person out of the police car, and then, bring the person to the hospital.
It was the spark that ignited 3 days of rioting in April 1981, involving up to 5,000 people. Steadman watched the Brixton riots unfold with his friends from a perch on Relton Road. For him, the event served to highlight the limited opportunities that were on offer to those from his community. Disillusioned with a meaningless job and caught in a system he no longer trusted, Steadman fell into crime. In 1994, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison for the importation of Class 8 drugs. He served 3 years jail time. After his release, he embarked on a quest to improve the fortunes of the younger generation.
My generation, we are finished. We're just there enough for saying that we was the guinea pig. Let's see if we can make sure that our time wasn't wasted.
Having earned a number of coaching qualifications, Steadman began working with community outreach programmes to help coach children in London. He discovered that he had a knack for it and began to develop his own unique style of training.
It's about you bringing up yourself. It's about you knowing that even though football is a team game, it's still an individual game. You know, one person can play each position, and there's so much waiting for your position.
In 1997, he set up Afewee Football Academy with his longtime friend Tony Goldring.
We hired a hall and we produced players. We detailed players, produced them. It's all about the end product. You can always be the same, you could be ordinary. But there was something about what we was doing that drew a lot of attention. And everything was down to detail. To be more skillful, so therefore you're different from everything else. You become more attractive.
You have to learn to dance with the football. It's not about passing the football, it's about you keeping the football. Can turn, can twist, can do all the bits and pieces. When that is good, we then say to you, go and play football. That it's now a team game. When to pass, when not to pass.
Afewee, which means it's for us in Jamaican patois, is a non-profit organisation run out of Brixton Recreation Hall. Kids from the ages of 4 to 16 are taught Steadman's unique footballing philosophy with the help of volunteer coaches.
Little toe, big toe. I want right foot up, left foot down. Do not do it wrong. Do you know what I want to see? Do you know what I want to see? All right, watch. Max, go. Bend your knees.
We need to be on our toes. We need to, do it on tempo. We have to do it correct.
There is no need for you to stop the ball. Just do it straight. Set your body.
He's one of the most strictest coaches that I've ever been with, but one of the most helpful coaches I've ever been with as well.
If I talk to you, don't get vexed. Don't get vexed in here. Why you vexed? Because I say no? If you do it again, I'm going to sit you down. Take the ball, and I hope you demonstrate it correctly. Give him the ball.
He's really angry, but it's good to be angry, so it teaches you how you need to be with a coach.
Change your feet. Go back. Go back there again. On the turn, change your feet instantly.
I say to the youngsters, anything in life based on discipline. If you are going to anywhere and there is no discipline there and you're allowed to have fun or do what you want, then it's a place for you not to be successful.
The Academy's most notable graduate is Liverpool and England right-back Nathaniel Clyne. The 26-year-old was born in this area and grew up on the notorious Somerleyton estate. Steadman spotted him playing football with friends and invited him to Afewee. Klein stood out instantly.
It was like a sponge waiting to soak up water, just dying for somebody to take him in and tell him, son, you're the best, and put belief into him. So what Afewee did was take Klein, a boy from out of a block of flats in Stockwell Park, and put him into an environment where he's now competing to be the best.
Klein has not been the only success story for the academy. To date, over 40 Afewee players have made it into the professional ranks of men's and women's football. 8 have played at international level. Afewee gain a lot of support and funding from the local council and the Football Association. However, Tony believes that the elite English Premier League clubs should be doing more to help grassroots football, as Afewee are still hugely reliant on volunteers.
There's thousands of diamonds in our community, and to keep that going, that relationship going, they need to understand that what we're doing is the foundation of their product at the end. So it's all about working together.
One such diamond recently unearthed is 12-year-old Ezra Tika-lemba. The young forward is currently signed to Chelsea's academy. He believes that it's the twice-weekly sessions with Afewee that have helped him stand out from the rest.
He's taught me to always be calm on the ball, never rush, and if to always go in the space if there's no space in one kind of corner, then to move and get some space and maybe fake to go one way and and go another way.
Ezra first came to Afewee as a 4-year-old. His mum, Laurianne, had heard from a friend about a rather strict coach who got the best out of the kids.
The first time I took Ezra to see Steadman, I was holding his hand and we came through the hall.
And Steadman told her off for holding my hand, and she just pushed me off.
And then so I was just like, oh, okay, bye, Ezra. You know?
I was really scared first coming here because I thought I was going to get told off.
And he was kind of like terrified, kind of walking like, Mum, why are you leaving me with this strange man?
But Ezra excelled in this environment, and despite training 6 days a week with Chelsea, he still finds time to come back and learn more from his first coach.
Whenever I'm not sharp and I've come off the pace, this place teaches me how to get back on form and to take on players more and not be shy to get on the ball.
13,000 incidents of knife crime were reported in London last year, many involving youth gangs. Afewee offers an alternative to a life of violence.
It's so good because it makes these young people feel a part of the community and not just people that are loitering or people that are just misbehaving. It gives them a sense of purpose. You go somewhere and you're valued, you know. Somebody like Steadman, who is, you know, like an uncle or a father figure or a grandfather figure, if you like, who's on you, you know, on your case because he cares. You know, it's not just about the football, it's about developing the person. Who are you as a person? And I care enough about you to tell you where you've gone wrong and equally where you're going right.
Currently playing for Carshalton Athletic in the lower leagues of English football, Courtney Swami returns to volunteer as a coach here.
When I first came in, my attitude was really bad. I had a short temper, so they've taught me how to relax, calm down, motivate my team when I'm in a bad mood. I just find it pretty good because most of the times we could be on the road doing something we shouldn't, so you kind of like open it up as a second home, somewhere where we can train and feel comfortable.
Afewee is doing something right for these kids. On the night that the Transworld Sport cameras were here, over 60% of the youngsters who we filmed are signed up to Premier League youth academies. Steadman is a crucial part of this community, and he knows just what these kids of South London need to flourish in the sport.
It's a diversity. The beauty of having all these different races and different culture come off is a strength of life. Like, we don't want segregation, we want unity.
I want to achieve to get the Ballon d'Or, to be better than Pele, Maradona, one of the best players in the world for all time.